A humble mushroom wins a Vancouver school a national contest. Find out what the prize is and how the winning project will help save money and the environment. Plus,
I was filigree and flame.
a sophomore goes for the win at the statewide Poetry Out Loud event. And sights and sounds from the annual Paddy Hough Parade. Welcome to Vancouver Public Schools. I'm Nick Voll. Students and staff at Hudsons Bay High School win a national contest and will bring home $120,000 worth of equipment. The Bay Aces program submitted its mushroom growing project to the Samsung Solve for Tomorrow contest. After winning the state contest and landing in the top 15 nationally, students presented their work to judges in New York City. Their project was selected as one of 5 national winners, and its impact could save taxpayer money and help the environment. Believe it or not, the garbage and recycling area at Hudsons Bay High School is kind of an exciting place these days.
It was off to the dumpsters we go, grabbing large amounts of waste that's coming from the school and starting to inoculate it and getting these gourmet mushrooms growing.
That's right, mushrooms. Students in the Bay Aces program take waste paper, sterilize it, and grow pearl oyster mushrooms, which retail for about $15 a pound. The school's video production department is helping produce a video to demonstrate how it all works for the Samsung Solve for Tomorrow contest. Students and teacher Steve Lorenz make adjustments as they go along.
How we inoculate, how long it takes, what are the temperatures, what are the humidities, what is the science behind what we're doing so that we can replicate it.
Teaching others how to do it and that they can do it is part of the long-term goal.
We're trying to show the school district on a very large scale a business model and how they can actually make money or reduce the $188,000 that they spend per year on waste removal.
Hudsons Bay is already generating less paper waste. This project has also shown benefits in the classroom.
It's just the best way to teach. It's actually doing real research. So the kids see the value in this. They see how maybe some of the procedures or methods that we're trying to use are not accurate, or we fall short. And that's true of any science project or any science research. You move 2 steps forward and then sometimes you have to, okay, that didn't work. We've got to restart.
Whether or not they take home the $120,000 prize, the students and Hudsons Bay have already won.
It raises the bar and gets them doing something that they normally wouldn't, a typical high school student wouldn't do.
Voting in the Samsung Solve for Tomorrow contest is open until March 25th, and you can vote once a day until then. You can find a link to the contest page at the address on your screen. That's newscenter.vansd.org. And that's not the only big news coming from Hudsons Bay. The Future Farmers of America has awarded the school a $2,500 grant to build raised garden beds. The food the students grow will go to the Clark County Food Bank and the school district's Family Community Resource Centers. Vancouver Public Schools earns a national honor for its outreach efforts. The American School Board Journal selected VPS as one of its 5 winners for the prestigious Magna Award. The ASJB chose Vancouver for its first ever Go Ready Back to School Readiness Festival. Held in the summer just before school started, the Go Ready event drew more than 2,100 parents and children to the Boys and Girls Club. The district teamed up with community partners to provide backpacks, school supplies, clothing, shoes, haircuts, and more to help as many kids be ready for school as possible. Vancouver will be featured in the April edition of American School Board Journal. A sophomore from Vancouver School of Arts and Academics competes at the state level of Poetry Out Loud.
Back when the names of things hadn't had time to stick.
In this video, you can see Samia Pelkey winning the regional Poetry Out Loud competition at ESD 112 earlier this year. From here, she moved on to the state level as the only representative from Clark County. Performers are judged on how well they deliver famous poems. Among Samia's winning routine was Maya Angelou's famous Caged Bird, a poem whose message resonated with her. She worked hard to do it justice at competition.
It's really important, first of all, to make sure you have the poem memorized, like by heart. That way you can just say it with any sort of inflection or any sort of rhythm. And then make sure that when you start it, you're telling a story, and by the end that your audience will know what you're trying to convey.
Although she didn't win at the state level and earn the right to compete nationally, she did earn an honorable mention. Since she's only a sophomore, she hopes to have even more success the next 2 years and advance further. TV Etc. broadcasted the regional event and will show you part of Samia's winning performance after this episode. Columbia River High School hangs another state championship banner in its rafters. This time it's for girls bowling. At the Class 3A championship round in University Place, the Chieftains cruised to victory by more than 200 pins. In the Baker Games, the last events of the tournament, the team built an insurmountable lead over second-place finisher R.A. Long.
We could already tell that we were going to win, so that was really exciting. It was kind of hard to stay focused for our last Baker game, and we actually had other teams cheering us on, so that was really exciting to just have everybody's support and that kind of thing.
It just felt great to be able to accomplish it as a team, and we did it pretty much on our own, and the coaches were able to just sit back and cheer us on.
This was the first bowling championship in school history, but the third consecutive state tournament appearance. Battleground won the 4A state championship, completing a sweep for Southwest Washington. Congratulations to the Chieftains, and congratulations also go out to Skyview cross-country coach Chris Erdman. He was named the 2014 Class 4A Coach of the Year by the Washington State Cross-Country Coaches Association. Last fall, his team finished 4th in the state competition. Coach Erdman is also a career specialist at Skyview. All year long, students at Vancouver iTech Preparatory have been studying Mount St Helens, and recently, they got a lesson from the pros. iTech Prep hosted a forum for scientists and witnesses who were around the famous volcano when it erupted. Students who have been doing their own research into the mountain's recovery from its eruption in 1981 asked questions and learned from the experts.
When I first started, I thought, it was a subject that you just regularly learn in school. But then when I began to, wrap around it a lot more, it began to be more interesting and engaging.
Well, at the event, we got to actually learn the personal stories off these people that we were writing essays about, not just some article written about them on the internet.
It was different because I see it from pictures and he saw it from experiencing it, climbing, and seeing the eruption.
It was so awesome. So he got to tell us his story and we got to listen, and he even told us some extra information and knowledge, and at the end, we even got to take a picture with him, which was really cool. It was just, everything was awesome.
Earlier this year, the students headed north to get a first-hand look at the mountain. Projects like this are part of the school's hands-on approach to learning. That approach earns iTech Prep a statewide honor. It was named a STEM Lighthouse school by the state superintendent's office. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. Along with the honor, iTech Prep earned a $20,000 grant to promote STEM education. It was one of just 6 schools to earn this designation. There's no better sign that spring has come to Vancouver than the annual Paddy Hough Parade. Like every year, a mix of music, cars, and most importantly, smiling kids helped keep the rain away. Tara Cox has our story.
With the sound of bagpipes in the distance, the annual Paddy Hough Parade hits Main Street, Vancouver. Students from Hough Elementary carry signs demonstrating the special theme that they've been studying in preparation for the parade. Not surprisingly, they're a big hit.
And what's your favorite part about the parade?
Seeing the little kids go by. Dieter Jacobs was a longtime Hough parent, and even though he and his family moved to Olympia, they played hooky from work and school on St. Patrick's Day.
It's just a fantastic group to be a member of, and I had to come back and keep the tradition going and keep contributing even though we're 100 miles away.
That sense of community is what keeps people coming back year after year.
It's great to see everybody that comes out for it. It's an annual visitation that I wouldn't otherwise have with them. So they're all like family that come out here to support the school and our community.
But new faces continue to pop up, like the Grand Marshals, retired ESD 112 Superintendent Twyla Barnes, and her successor, Tim Merlino.
Have you guys perfected your waving technique for today?
We're working on it.
Okay.
We're working on it.
My daughter
it's
showed
something
me
like
how,
this,
yeah,
isn't it?
Elbow, wrist,
Oh.
wrist, I think.
And then there's this guy, who drove his classic Buick in the parade. Legend has it the Buick used to belong to former Washington Governor Dixie Lee Ray before it found its way into his care. It's his first time in the Paddy Hough Parade, but he's driven in plenty of parades before.
Is there any techniques to driving in the parade as a driver?
Go slow and don't ride behind the llamas.
Lucky for him, there's no llamas this year, but there are plenty of thrills for parade goers. What's your favorite part, Sam?
Robot!
The robot? Yeah.
Just a community event.
Yeah.
Just all the schools and all the groups down here together.
Yeah.
That's a word we keep hearing, community. So, fittingly, the end of the parade brings everyone back together at the school.
So the kids are heading back to Hauk for ice cream social and judging, and that's where we're heading to. For Inside Vancouver Public Schools, I'm Tara Cox.
Over at Harney Elementary School, they observe a spring tradition of their own, Chinese New Year. Second graders performed songs and dances in English and Chinese in front of the whole school and a bunch of parents. They did the umbrella and ribbon dance and even had their own dragon. In addition, Panda Express donated noodles for the more than 150 second graders so they could experience a little Chinese cuisine. This is one of many efforts throughout the year to embrace diversity at Harney, which is also home to a Spanish immersion program. That's about it for us. You can see more news from Vancouver Public Schools on our YouTube page. That's youtube.com/VanSDTV. Until next time, I'm Nick Voll.